Hello, everyone. So, if you go into one of these real estate photography groups on Facebook and you type in Lightroom or LR, because a lot of us use LR, you, all these problems will come up. And I sort of have scanned Facebook really quick, and you just see all these people that have problems with like a Lightroom catalog or Lightroom bogging down their system, or this person is having another big one you see is what she's saying right here. I updated and then my images won't do this, that, or the other, like something changed. So it happens all the time, and I feel like I have sort of a good understanding of the pulse on this because of how many complaints there are. Now, the thing is, okay, Lightroom's constantly updating, right? You're constantly getting updated. So I want to just let you guys know that there are alternatives. There are alternatives to this, okay? And I know a lot of my listeners don't agree with me on this, but that's okay. I totally understand that. But what I do is I use Adobe Bridge, because what Lightroom does is a catalog. You got to import the images and you make like this separate catalog, which you have to spend time learning, which it's so confusing to me. Like you make these, just understanding it is sort of a job in itself. But then once you do understand it, you got to sort of deal with it. I always see this quote unquote solution that people have. Well, you got to delete your Lightroom catalog because it's too big, right? Well, then what was the whole point of having it? And sure enough, like I don't even need catalogs. I can find my old shoots. I do a lot of videos from my old stuff, for example. I make videos out of my old shoots. I can find them. I just make folders and I put good keywords. I put the address, I put the agent's name in the folder, and it's just, I don't know, I don't need a catalog, right? I don't need to import these images. So let's go through my solution to foregoing all these problems that people obviously have with Lightroom. I don't think that's deniable. If you're denying it, you're just sort of, you're not being real with yourself. People have problems with Lightroom and the constant updates. So you can see right here, Adobe Bridge is actually free. And it's very, very simple and sort of streamlined software where you just get in there and you don't have to import your images. It's basically a nice little sort of image browser, and it's sort of Lightroom like. I can just come in here and it just all these thumbnails and everything loads up really quick. And right here we're looking at skies. Maybe I'm trying to find a sky, and it's very easy to browse through and go to your history, where you've been, and you can search. And there's a bunch of stuff to do in here. They even have commands about opening up in Photoshop as layers. But Bridge is great and it's free. And then guess what? The next thing you do, you just double click on an image, at least on a Mac, and it takes you right over into Adobe Camera Raw. And what this is, it is basically Lightroom, okay? It's Lightroom, but you just have exactly what you need. You don't have to deal with catalogs. You have all the adjustments you need. You have the lens corrections. Everything you need is here, all right? Every single thing you need. You can enable, you can correct chromatic aberration, all right? So everything you need is there, all the Lightroom stuff that you actually need. You can create presets, all right? You can load presets or apply presets or create presets, all right? It's all there. So alternative to all these problems, because this is sort of older software that's not updating all the time, and it's like I said, it's very streamlined and it's just perfect. It doesn't take a lot of processing power. It doesn't try and do too much. It's just a really nice sort of concise piece of software. So another way to put this to convince you is, let's take all those problems all those people are having, right? All those people are having so many problems. I see them posted all the time. Guess how many problems I've had in the past. Let's just go back 3 years. I don't know. Guess how many problems I've had in the past 3 years with my Adobe Bridge? Zero. Absolutely zero. I've never had a single problem. Guess how many problems I've had, opening up my images right here in Adobe Camera Raw. I've never had one single problem of it like slowing down or crashing or not, going slow. Never one single problem. So I'm just trying to convince you I'm right here, okay? Never slowed me down, never hurt me in any way. It just works. It works exactly the way it did last time, and that's how I want it, right? So let's go up here. I hope I convince you to at least think about Adobe Bridge and Adobe Camera Raw as an alternative to Lightroom. You might be a little bit, what do you call it? Sort of used to Lightroom, but get unused to it. It's just a why do you even have to import your, when I go to Bridge, I'm just ready to go. I just find the images. I don't have to import. I don't have to do anything. It's just like a file browser, and I can do all sorts of cool stuff in there. I can pull things into HDR. I can do anything in here. So you have a lot of the same tools, okay? I don't use them that much, but you have a lot of the same tools, okay? All right, so I hope I convinced some of you. I think it's going to be life-changing as far as I'm concerned if you really do that. So let's just jump. This is sort of an offshoot, same type principles, but just same type stuff, okay? But it's with Smash, okay? So I always see people having problems with Dropbox, and it sort of makes sense, It's a cloud-based, and they're sort of trying to update stuff, and Dropbox does a lot. It does a little bit too much, okay? It's trying to sync your images and do this and do that. And so I still, once again, I'm same exact story as last time. I've never had a single problem with Smash, okay? You go in here, you upload, you click this, you upload your files. It stores them on there. You can deliver them to the computer, and guess what? It cleans them in a week. It deletes them in a week, I believe it is, and you never have to deal with them again, right? I've never had a single problem, okay? So you see all these people, they're having problems with Dropbox. Well, okay, I've never had a single problem. So this is just a quick little video to get you guys some alternatives that you can look into as far as delivery of your files, and that whole huge process of sort of browsing and opening your files and cataloging your files in Lightroom, which I just think is very, very ill-advised.